We are here at the Mojave Road. We're gonna drive down, find ourselves a place to camp tonight.
Welcome to Artistic Offering. On this episode, we'll be driving through the 1.5 million acre Mojave National Preserve toward the Castle Mountains, and then to visit America's newest national monument, Avi Kwame, or Spirit Mountain. This 3-day overland adventure will take us through Joshua Tree forests, craggy landscapes, and some of America's most sacred lands. So come along with us for the ride.
Hello there, it's about noon. We're doing a little grilled cheese with some spicy pickle chips. I've got my Fred Flintstone oven mitt, smelling good, looking good. Perfect.
Our first stop is the Mojave Road mailbox, the most isolated mailbox in America, placed here in 1983 by the conservation group Friends of the Mojave. Although no mail is collected, it's about as interesting a man-made sight as you'll find on this trail. Soon enough, the sun was getting low in the sky, so we headed back down the trail toward Marl Spring, where we found this awesome spot to camp for the night.
And we have made it to our camp spot. The weather's perfect, there's no one else around. It's gonna be cold tonight. We're gonna get the camp set up, fire started, and look at the stars. For those of you guys who are new to our channel, I want to show you our sleep setup. And this is the Overland Canvas Deep Sleep. It's about an 8-inch mattress, and it's custom fit for the back of the Jeep here. So there's a cutout for the center console. It's almost like having a real bed on the trail. So tonight's camping gourmet is going to be in a lavash. We are sauteing the beef. We threw in some carrots, some mushrooms. We're gonna put a little salsa verde on here in a minute, pepper, and then wrap it in the lavash. And it's gonna be just an excellent tasting meal out here in the Mojave Desert under a beautiful starry sky. What a way to spend Thanksgiving. Perfect. It's about 6:15. Today we're gonna head out toward the Castle Mountains. You can see them off in the distance to the left of that big peak there. So we're almost back to the pavement. That means it's time to air up. So we are here in the northeastern portion of the Mojave National Preserve, and as you can see around us, there is a burn scar. This is the result of the Dome Fire in August 2020, which burned 43,000 acres and 1.3 million Joshua trees. Luckily, 75% of the contiguous Joshua tree forest survived. As in the case of any fire, not every tree and plant is burned. This beautiful Joshua tree here right behind us that did survive. Let's take a look at something else that's really interesting. You can see on this small Joshua tree here that even though the fire did scorch it, if you look down here, the roots of the Joshua tree did survive, and so new branches are sprouting up. So we just had a pretty fascinating encounter in Nipton, California. We stopped there because we saw there was a big pile of wood and we needed to get some logs for our camping night in the Castle Mountains. I just happened to see a guy and I flagged him down, and the guy turned out to be Mayor Jim, who is the mayor of Nipton. And he started telling us a little bit about the town's current history. We had been here about 4 or 5 years ago, and at that time, American Green, which is a cannabis company, was in the process of purchasing the town. Apparently that fell through due to some bureaucratic issues, but Spiegel World, which is a circus company, instead came along and purchased it. They have transformed the pond that is in the center of the town. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the course of the next couple of years in terms of Nipton and what they bring to the town. So that was our little tour. What a great little stopover on this epic California adventure. So we just left Nipton, and just 2 minutes outside of town, you enter the Ave Kwame National Monument, which is one of the newest national monuments in the United States. And this is the area surrounding Spirit Mountain, Nevada. So all of the sacred lands here, which are held sacred by the Mojave and the Mojave tribes.
Our plan for the night was to camp in the Castle Mountains, but because we had done little research, we had no idea what to expect.
We finally made it to the Castle Mountains. We're about to drive into the park, find ourselves a nice place to camp, but we got a lot of exploring to do first. So we're here in the Castle Mountains. There's this old mining operation, it appears, from the 50s, and these derelict buildings that appear to have been shot up and torn apart and that are just kind of like naturally decaying. It's a weird place. Welcome to the Castle Mountains. Right, so we have found our camp spot. As you can see behind me, it's actually quite nice. As you see over here, we have a couple of the castle peaks, and then far off in the distance over there, you have a couple of the other castle peaks. One thing I found out about this monument is it's really a monument in transition. And why is that? Because the Heart Mine, I believe it is the Heart Mine, is actually still a functioning mine. And it's scheduled when the mine closes to go into the hands of the National Park Service, but the mine is not closed. And so we didn't see a lot of campers driving down the road as we were coming up. We actually saw what appeared to be a lot of mine workers, caravans and vans of people being transported out of the mines. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 5 or 10 years. The sooner the better. All right, tonight we're having our semi-official Thanksgiving dinner. It's a cold night, we got the fire going, ready to fill our bellies. Yum. And that is how you do camping. I just want to show you guys this amazing sunrise here. It's about 6:10 in the morning, maybe about 40 degrees. We're gonna just go ahead and pack up the Jeep right now and head out to Spirit Mountain. We left camp at about 6:30 this morning, and we've made it to the Spirit Mountain area. So it's time to get down to business, have some coffee, wake up a little bit. Over the years, there's 2 things I've found that can change the entire feel of a trip. One is a campfire at night, especially on a cold night. And 2 is a good, strong cup of coffee in the morning. We're on Christmas Tree Pass. I guess this is what it's named for. A lot of the stuff that's on the tree that falls off ends up as trash on the ground and blows into the bushes. And leave your hands off the trees. We are headed for that cave right there. Nice view in here. I'm hoping there's not a mountain lion sitting up in there waiting to come after me. Most likely this was not used as a habitation, because otherwise you'd probably see the ceiling having been charred. So this Spirit Mountain area is really turning out to be a spectacular spot to visit. There's a lot of really good camping, but there's also just these incredible views. I want to show you one more thing. Check out this. Once we're up here, we can see all the way over to the Colorado River Valley. Wow, so cool. This place is absolutely incredible. Check out these really cool granitic rocks that look like people have like formed them with their fingers out of Play-Doh. Surreal and Dali-esque. Wow. Look at this. That's a crazy rock formation. Some ingenious desert dweller had a pretty good idea here to build this dam coming down this rock fall. Oh, no surprise to find a big mountain lion dump here with all of the water that is in the area and all the animals that must live here as a result of that. This place must be crawling with mountain lions because check out this saw print here. It's pretty large. There are a lot of these prints here and they're so deep, which tells me that this cat was not just walking, that it was probably running, and that most likely it was running away from something. And because they're so fresh, my guess is it was here just minutes ago. So we have stopped to have lunch and we're gonna do some grilled cheese. Wait a second, what's going on there? It's all coagulated. That means last night it must have got down to freezing temperature. Luckily, we can still get out some of it. We're gonna load up our sandwiches with some mustard, some spicy pickle chips, jalapeno, and then a little bit of pepper and olive oil, and it's gonna taste oh so yummy. I'm gonna go ahead and add the secret ingredient. Let's try one. Wow, weird, but good. Time to feast. Maybe the best grilled cheese sandwich I've ever had. It's our final stop of the day is Grapevine Canyon. Apparently this is one of the earliest and most extensive petroglyph sites in Nevada. Check out the entrance to this canyon here. It almost seems like there is some energy protecting the entrance. So bighorn sheep petroglyphs are always really, really cool to see because it tells you that these animals have been here for as long as the humans who lived here have inhabited it, which is probably thousands or at least hundreds of years. This to me looks like where the teaching happens. Check out what the view beholds. So we are leaving Grapevine Canyon. We could have easily spent the entire day scrambling around the rocks, but we're gonna head to Laughlin. We've had a few days of camping fun and we're gonna get cleaned up and then start heading home tomorrow. Thanks for watching.